Welcome back to Myth, Magic, and Might, Episode 7, Next Steps. Last we left our heroes, the only friends, they had finally completed the stone dungeon, receiving gifts and bounties in the form of much the forms of gems and gold and adamantine swords that was all equally distributed amongst the party members, and we found them traveling back home to Autumn Hollow when Priscilla once again encountered the lemon-stealing wolves, making an offer to one of them to give them a name in exchange for their companionship. This mysterious wolf, in turn, gave Priscilla one of its fangs before changing its colors and walking away, saying that it needed to talk to its former master about a change of employment. When the only friends made it to town, none of you can see it, but I shake my head every time I say only friends. When our wonderful friends made it to town, we found that Jason had been hard at work trying to craft trying to craft armor and weapons for the oncoming rebellion that the Only Friends are planning against the Valerian Empire. Though Jason has their local quarter dwarf smith friend, has mentioned that he's kind of running low on raw materials with which to make armor and weapons, and suggests trying to contact the dwarves of the Ironheart Mountains to see if they can get their aid in terms of supplies and weapons down to Autumn Hollow. In the meantime, Hayden was visiting his wonderful second mate, I guess, Gilgamesh, who informed the captain that he had kind of reached the end of his ability to fix the ship using a mending cantrip, and that in order to fix the ship further, they'll need someone who has actual expertise in crafting ships. After asking around, Hayden found that the best shipwrights that most people know of would work in the city of Fogcliff. Fogcliff is a massive city built on the top of a bridge built by giants long ago that is a central hub of trade among both for the land-based trains that are maintained by the Empire, as well as sea trade, making it a opportune spot to find potentially out-of-work shipwrights who might be willing to join this repair job for the flying ship. Priscilla, in the meantime, was getting super drunk and destroyed the favorite wall of a barkeep named Hilda, who dumps about her problems to anyone and everyone who comes in her bar, while at the same time refusing to hear anyone else's problems in the very stereotypical barkeep fashion. Destroyed her favorite wall, how could you? Frida!
Hey, we gave her something to talk about.
Frida managed to make contact with their father, who has been teaching many of the local people interested magic. And while his own seems to be seems to have not fully returned to him yet, he has made progress teaching the townsfolk. And he also gave Frida found a toy of hers from the past, her Lucanus action figure with with spell disc throwing action and a voice box, which among its various, wrote messages of "You're my favorite apprentice" and such, it said something very cryptically to Frida. It said, "You found the first of them," phrase that it has not repeated and was never programmed previously to say. The only friends reconvening at a outdoor cafe near the center of town to discuss what their plans are going forward.
So, do we have any leads on the next one?
I know that there's an entrance to another one of those dungeons like the one we just went through, close to where I grew up. But that's a bit of a journey from here.
Well, it's a better lead than what I've got, which is nothing.
Yeah.
We could check out the mountain.
Exploring would sometimes get me, and shenanigans would sometimes get me in trouble, but I did find one of those hidden entrance things once. I could take you guys back there. I'm pretty sure I could, at least.
Would we be able to stop in the mountains by chance? Perhaps the dwarvish villages?
Would we be able to stop in the mountains on our way there?
At this moment, you guys see this woman passes you by. On her back is a basket full of rolled up scrolls of paper, and as she is passing you by, she shouts, "Come one, come all! National Free Map Day! Have a free map of the world of Geb!
Oh, we'll take.
I would like
Lovely.
perfect.
National Free Map Day!" There
to
you
have
go.
one of those.
So you,
Who did she give it to?
so you, she just puts it on the table in front of everyone.
Let's see if I can get that.
Well, that was awful convenient. Does
well,
anyone
you know,
else have a headache?
I get that way sometimes. My name's Annabeth, by the way. Offers her handshake.
Lovely name.
I make maps for a living.
That's lovely.
Sounds like a lovely line of work.
Oh, yes. Though I'm mostly just waiting for my boyfriend to get home. He's undergoing military training.
Oh, it's part of the Empire?
Not really, but don't tell him.
Wouldn't dream of it.
I just can't wait for that little hottie to come back. And she wanders off, shouting, "Free maps! Free maps!"
Wholesome content.
So, yes, you all now have a free, updated map of the world of Geb. In the lower left corner of Southern Raw is where you guys are located in Autumn Hollow. So from there, you should be able to find to the north the the Ironheart Mountains and various familiar places to some people. Jialin, looking at this map, your home was, or where you were raised, is the Temple of Beginnings all the way on the tip of Northern Raw, so almost on the other side of this continent. You can see.
Yeah, could I, excuse me, can I have a coffee?
Sorry, I'm struggling with technology. I'm sorry, you said it was where?
It is at the top left of the map. The Temple of Beginnings is what it's called.
I see it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's where you're from.
Nice.
So, let's see. As far as yeah, you chose this cafe because Geo sets up their coffee stand here. So yeah, once again, Geo is a half elf, tall and lanky, wearing a green apron, a dark brown shirt, and dark jeans with dark skin and golden eyes. He has his little coffee cart, but he hopes to one day be able to open up his very own bistro and introduce coffee to the continent of Southern Geb, or Southern Ra, rather. It's more popular in Osiris than it is over on the continent of Ra. He has to import it all the way from the other side of the world. And he's like, "Oh,
I do think it's a lovely profession.
yes. One day I'm sure that, coffee will be something wonderful, made, enjoyed by everyone, whether they want to or not. Anyway, here is,
Wait, that sounded sinister.
what? No. Coffee definitely
Oh.
won't take over your life.
Is this?
All
called-
right.
I think I heard it. You're called Cosmocoin, right? That's your coffee place, right? I think I heard that somewhere.
No, I don't have a... Well, I mean, I'd like to... You know what? That does sound like it'd be a good name for it. Cosmocoin. Huh. I like that name. I should write it down. He writes down the name Cosmocoin on a napkin. And...
What about antelope coffee?
You know what? I'll workshop this. He also writes down antelope. Question mark on one. So anyway, gosh. So he gives a round of coffee for everyone. You all just enjoy the aromatic scent of this wonderful coffee.
This is
I
exactly what I
imagine that
needed.
Frida would be the one that's like a little kid who puts in a bunch of creamer and sugar and then is hopping off the walls. Am I right?
Absolutely.
And
Jalen
Ross
is just like looking at the creamer like disturbed.
and I put in like 1 cube of sugar and like a splash of cream, and then I'm good.
I watch everybody
He was
else
like-
put cream in their coffee, and I just slowly you hear as she's
Sugar is
pushing
like a
the cup
slow
away from
sugar
her.
rush.
I mean, Frida, don't you do the milk and sugar in your tea too?
Of course.
So like, isn't that like just, I guess, for all your drinks? Do you put milk and sugar in all your drinks?
I think it's sweeter that way. It's delicious.
Jelen just puts a
Because you
napkin over her cup.
You don't want any. As I'm like going around with the sugar cubes, like Frida
No.
just actually pops just a sugar cube in her mouth as well while she's drinking her coffee.
Starting to
Frida, are you a horse in disguise?
Why do horses like sugar?
Do horses not like sugar here? They certainly do where I'm from.
I don't know much about horses, to be fair.
Rosal would probably know. Do horses like sugar here?
Yes, horses are pretty
Yes.
universal.
Yes, they do.
Horses like sugar cubes. That's a thing.
Frida's
what?
just
That's
from
not
a wealthy family.
Yes, that's
so-
a actual real life thing.
yes.
Oh,
Horses. Yes,
Okay.
Frida's just from a rich family, so she hasn't had to deal with like taking care of horses,
Horses.
because your
yes.
dad can just pay someone to take care of them for you.
Is that what do we call a horse person?
A horse
A stable?
person.
Equestrian.
Equestrian?
Oh,
Is
you
that
mean like a person that takes care of horses and not a person that is also a horse.
That would be a centaur.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
true. That's
Because a person that would be a horse would be a centaur.
I've never met a person horse.
I have
horse
been
man?
one.
Just walking down the street.
Jialan sitting
Hello.
all the more uncomfortably in her chair.
Just walking down the street is this centaur who just looks at Frida and just shakes their head disapprovingly and then walks on.
Wait, does that count? I guess that does count.
I mean,
I was thinking like with the head.
there's also the Ipatanis. They're also half horse person.
That's so cool.
I think I have a sketch in my book here. Hold on.
Anyway, so what was the verdict? Are we going to be able to pass through the mountains on our way to?
Well, Rogman
Sorry, that picture.
is at the base, like the southernmost end of the mountain range. So it's not on the way. It's Rogman is the stopping point before you go into the mountains. And that's where I'm from.
So we could technically, theoretically do both.
Yes, we can head towards my hometown. It's what
Do you know, do the dwarves do trading with your hometown? It isn't part of the Empire, right?
Rosalind, you would know that, like, there is an imperial military base just slightly that is in between the Ironheart Mountains and Rockman. Jason has said that he knows roughly where a secret entrance is that could bypass them, but you do know that you can't just walk directly to from Rockman to the mountains, because that is an active war zone between two fighting nations.
So what you're saying is one does not simply walk into the mountains.
We could just we could just take the Empire's base and then use that as a base of operations.
There's
I like that.
There's possibly hundreds of soldiers.
I mean, it's an idea.
Posted there at any given time.
I like our chances. I say we put it to a vote.
Remember our previous conversation about the one time that Rosalind got into like trouble? Is that where she was taken? Okay. So I would know like a little bit about this space, but
Yeah,
admittedly enough,
you spent a night in one of the cells there as a, like, straighten out a problem child type of thing.
Yep. So
You had other prisoners tell you, how awful their life is, and like,
yeah, and then I leave the next morning and they're like, "What the WTF?"
I mean, I like the idea of us just taking out the base. This seems like a good idea.
How reasonable does that seem based on Rosalind's knowledge?
not
of
reasonable at all.
I say we put it to a vote. What do y'all think?
I think if Rosalind's been there and she's telling us that it's beyond our capabilities at the time, that we save that mission for another day.
We'll be able, if we get a little bit powerful, stronger, faster, then we could, and have more people join us, we could try again. Just not right now.
The Empire seems to cast shadows over many parts of this world. We'll have plenty of opportunities to take off sizable bites of their elsewhere.
I'm just going to play. I'm going to play Wit's Advocate for a second.
Wix advocate, I love it.
So theoretically, we have an entire village full of armed people that are now willing to fight the Empire.
A point
They
that
But then
have
also,
spells.
they
Jason
don't
very
have any.
Jason very specifically doesn't have enough weapons and armor to arm the town. That's a problem that you're facing.
That's why we're going to the mountains.
Fair. So I say we get the stuff in the mountains, and then arm the village, and then take over the base.
What if we try to figure out if there's any kind of shipments of arms or armaments going to this base, rob them of that shipment, bring it back, and then attack with the weapons that were meant for them?
That does seem...
Turned highway or forest way robbery.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
No, this
the downside to that is that immediately attracts attention to the village.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. They would know we're coming. We'd have to be able to strike quickly if we stole a shipment.
And make sure not to leave any witnesses.
Hayden,
They will notice when their shipment doesn't arrive.
Hayden, based on what you have talked about in regards to Fogcliff, you know that like shipments of Empire goods go through there on train all the time. So theoretically, I mean, it would be you present it as an option. Is like Fogcliff would probably be the place to like steal their stuff if that was a plan that you wanted to do.
Oh.
So
But-
I'm all for stealing from the Empire. But what if we go to Fogcliff first? Hop on one of their trains and just steal the whole thing.
The whole train? I like this idea too.
That sounds exciting.
I say we put it to a vote.
Does anybody know how to drive a train?
I can figure it out.
Does anybody have
It's
existing
on-
knowledge of how to drive a train?
I mean, it's already
I
on
know
tracks.
that
How hard
train-
can it be?
Pretty hard.
To be honest, I don't even know what a train is.
That's problematic.
Okay, so
Okay,
imagine like a horse and buggy, but there's no horse, and the buggy's on a set of rails and can only go one direction.
Jalen's like slightly in the back going chugga 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 chugga, like moving her arms in like the train wheel motion.
But
Priscilla kind of points back to Jialan. That.
The problem remains. Not saying that we shouldn't do it, but the downside of this plan is that the moment that their shipment does not arrive on schedule, they will know that something is wrong.
I mean, we already sent the Empire packing and running with survivors already when we first got here.
And if we attack from way of Fogcliff, it'll be a lot harder, if not impossible, to trace it back to Autumn Hollow.
And I do have some leftover goblin biological organic matter. I can make it look like the goblins.
They would be looking for, well, unless they're convinced it's goblins, they would be looking for at least some kind of rebellion. It doesn't matter if it's coming from Autumn Hollow, they'll just be ready for us when we go to whatever base we're going to go to.
I mean, we can knock
You
out
may
two
only
birds
be
with
able
one
to see
stone.
like half
Can I
of
just say
Jalen's
something real
face,
quick?
but Priscilla says the thing about the goblin bits, and just the bottom half of her face, the part that you can see, you can tell she's grimacing, and it's like almost as bad as the coffee creamer.
okay, can I say something? The only good way for us to get to Fogcliff is by taking a ferry or a boat across the rocky sea, and that sounds difficult.
I will say, just based on the map, we'll say that the map has this detail. The trains do go to Zestern and Sina, the Kingdom of Waves. So theoretically, you would just have to take it to Zestern and then be able to ride it to Fogcliff.
So, I'm confused. Why are we not just ambushing the train further down the track? Why are we going back to the start?
I mean, it is going to be hard to get onto a train while it's moving. It's not exactly a slow-moving vehicle.
But if you're saying it stops in these towns, just get on at that stop, rather than going all the way to Fogcliff. Was there a reason why we wanted to get on at Fogcliff?
Well, we need Fogcliff in general. At least I do. Did a little bit of asking around, and if I'm going to finish repairing my ship, then I need shipbuilders, and the best place to get shipbuilders is going to be in Fogcliff.
And
We
it
also
is a
need to
bigger
make
city,
contact.
so-
We also need to make contact with them because we need materials to make weapons. I did promise Jason that we would bring some. Also
So
because I need a new axe.
We're looking for shipwrights.
Yes. And I will say again, based on your asking around, like, obviously there would be shipwrights in Zestern and Williamstown, but they're not like the best or like of a quality you would want. Frida, you're from Williamstown. You know that like there is a dock there, but it's like it's mostly just your city is a university town, and most of the people on boats are like rich knobs. So
Yeah.
your dad,
Steal
your dad does.
from a rich.
Yeah. Your dad hates working there or that he was born there.
Call me in at work. I'm about ready to sink a rich man's boat.
I would say that might not be the worst idea. I think you would draw less attention than an imperial.
So
I understood that reference.
If we are looking for shipwrights from shipwrights, and you need shipwrights for weapons making as well, or is that a different thing?
We just need the materials. We have a Jason.
So the materials we were getting from the mountains, the shipwrights we're getting from the opposite direction in Fog Town, Fog Cliff, and the dungeon is over by Rock.
Which is Rockman, which is at the base of the mountains.
Or instead of getting materials for weapons, we could rob weapons from the Empire at the Fog Cliff Express instead of gathering the materials.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if we are to steal things from the train, I think it would be best to do all that we need to do in the safety of Fogcliff while it's still safe to us.
Yeah, we
Because
definitely
if
should
we rob
be
the
robbing
train and then try and go into town, it's probably going to end horribly for all of us.
Okay,
I will
hear me out.
There is a way to... Okay, you go first.
We go to the dungeon. We do the dungeon things. We steal a train. Load it up with shipwrights and crafting materials, and then take it back to Autumn Hollow.
Well, the dungeon and the train are in opposite directions. Is the problem?
Yeah.
We
So
would
the
have to go out of the way for the
dungeon is
dungeon.
northwest of here, about 200 miles from here.
If we are going to convince shipwrights to come help us, we'll either have to pay them or radicalize them, like we did this town.
I think it's not too hard to radicalize people.
You are the locals, so if you think so. I mean, I can give a stirring speech again.
Everyone's
I just am
honestly
thinking-
just kind of waiting for the inciting event, honestly.
Well,
We're-
then we can
I'm-
lead them to flame.
The issue is that if we start with anything other than the dungeon itself, we'll have to be mindful of who we're taking with us and what we're taking with us. We can't take an entire village's worth of materials into a dungeon and expect to survive. Likewise, we can't be bringing a bunch of shipwrights that we need alive into a dungeon where they will probably die. So I think we should start there.
So we could.
I
Well,
agree.
the other option would be to get the shipwrights to Autumn Hollow, and then while they're working on the ship, leave them there and go to the dungeon.
That's also an option.
Yes. Because Fog
That's a
Cliff-
lot of extra travel, though.
Yes. But...
I think it's extra
Even-
travel either way.
Yeah, I will say one thing. There is a way to get away with robbing the train without them realizing that materials are gone. It's like these trains will probably have like a manifold, or an inventory list. If we are able,
Manifest.
yes, a manifest. If we're able to find manifest and doctor it, so we take a little bit and then doctor it so they don't notice that it's gone because it was not on the manifold.
That might
Anybody
delay them,
good
but
at
I suspect that
forgery?
but I suspect at the end of the day, when the base receives no weapons and they ordered weapons, they're gonna be confused, even if the paper trail is there. It'll slow them down for sure. But forgery is not my.
Take all of the weapons. Just take some of them.
Well, I mean, we're kind of forgetting something here. I mean, we have a bona fide wizard here. Frida, can't you like evoke a portal or something and open up that? We can go that way.
I do. I have magnets.
You have magnets.
Yes, I actually have been experimenting with my electricity, and
How do they work?
Well, I essentially make two magnetic fields that pull things together. I don't know. That might help if I could pull a lot of the metal towards us. But I don't have a portal.
Frida's out here inventing electromagnetic rails.
So you can't evoke a portal?
I do not have any portals myself. Sorry. I can look into it.
Can you like maybe evoke a big bird that can fly us there?
I also don't know how to manifest animals yet. That would be cool, though.
A large bird.
Might take time for the birds. I could call for a bird now.
That bird that goblin was riding in the tournament. Do we know where that is?
Little,
it flew away.
Our little flying pseudo dragons with us.
Yes,
yeah,
little.
Yeah,
those pseudo dragons are most certainly not carrying me all the way to Fog
They
Cliff.
could not carry any of you.
That's right.
I'm putting my
Frida, could you maybe like evoke the future and tell us whether or not we'll succeed on this?
Well, I could try to do a tarot reading for sure. Let's see.
Would you all excuse me for a minute? I have to do something.
Right.
Lana is going to try to just slip outside and find a quiet place to sit down.
Okay.
And now that some of the some magic is returning to the land, Lana is going to try to pray to the Phoenix Queen.
Okay, go ahead and roll a charisma or religion check.
Dirty 20.
As you take this moment to kneel in this shaded place by yourself, the sun just peeks over one of the roofs, and the light kind of sets on your face and warms you. And as you are sitting there contemplating, you get this feeling of a voice reaching out to you from a very far place. You can't quite make out the words, but you can still somewhat tell what they're saying, or at least the intent or emotion behind it. And what the sense that you get is, in Fogcliff, there will be a reunion of some kind. Not necessarily a good one, but yeah, there will be a reunion. The dwarves in the mountains, in the Ironheart Mountains, will find an injustice that needs correcting. And that is the vibe that you get. Will be a bad reunion, or possibly a good reunion. You're not sure. You're definitely not getting a good vibe. And then the other one, an injustice to correct.
Do I, as I look up and I sort of bask in the sun for a little bit, and I look to the opposite side of the sky, just sort of scanning for a dark figure, wondering if my adversary is that way.
You look scanning the sky for the opposite direction. And it's not there, but as you keep, turning your head, you get the sense that it is towards the mountains. Or at least on the way there, if not. It's in that general direction, is what you can determine.
No closer to finding what I seek, but I know that what I must do. I'll get up and head back in and join the others after a few minutes.
Okay, so could you maybe evoke me a coffee?
That would be cool. I worry I would damage business for our friend over there.
You can just have mine. Slides it over with more across the table.
See, I kind of just light my finger on fire and stir the coffee with it so it heats up.
Well, everyone, I
Welcome
think
back.
there might be something waiting for us in Frostcliff. I'm not sure. There's certainly opportunity down there.
Did you talk to someone?
I tried. It's still the dark cloud over this world is still too thick to really get through. There is something I have to face in the mountains. At some time or another.
All the more reason to go.
And you're sure this isn't some kind of ploy on your, I guess, fragility as it stands? Someone could be messing with your mind. At least take that into consideration.
My mind is sharp as ever. I know what I felt. It was a cold, shivering presence coming from the mountain.
If you feel like this is the right call, I'm with you. I'd still like to put it to a vote, but I'm with you.
I'm also with you.
We certainly could still go to Frostgrave. We will encounter something or someone there from our past. One of ours. I don't know what. The Dawn Mistress could only whisper a little bit through the dark shroud.
Fogcliff is also like a major city, so it'd be someplace that we could sell some of the stuff that we got from the stone dungeon and actually get a good amount of gold from it. And possibly use that gold to just to buy materials. That is another option.
That's also a good idea. It might
Autumn
be
Hollow
safer.
We've already run Autumn Hollow pretty low on resources as it is.
Yeah.
That's why she's suggesting elsewhere. I think that's a safer idea than any of the ones that we've had so far.
I will say that if we're gonna head towards the mountains and the dungeon that I know about, it would be nice to it's definitely someplace where I know where I'm going, so I know like the safer routes on how to get there and everything, so we could theoretically, I theoretically know how to avoid like getting spotted by the Empire out on the road, especially the road between Zero and Rockman.
That's something that you've done a lot since you were a teenager.
Yeah, so I know how to stay out of the eyesight of the Empire, so we can do what we need to do without interference from them. If we do decide to go that direction, I'm fine going either way.
I don't think we're ready to face what waits me on those mountains. I sort of cast dancing lights, and it's still not very. It's brighter than before the dungeon, but it's still a little bit dimmed compared to what it used to be. And I know this won't mean much to you, but this light should be much brighter, and it needs to be brighter if we're going to face that darkness.
Well, if you feel like we need to get stronger and get more materials and stuff, then I say we can head towards Fogcliff. I'm fine.
And if
I'm
we
totally
have the
fine with
opportunity
that.
to liberate more people there, then we'll take that opportunity as well. Stealing from the train may be just as good of an option, not for our own coffers, but to simply put a dent in the Empire's.
Exactly.
In my travels around around the area, does the opinion of the Empire still typically a neutral to negative thing in most places that I've traveled through?
I mean, they literally conquered most places, so most places just kind of put up with them because it's bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
there might
neutral
be
to
some
negative
that are like, oh,
opinion.
based on the way the Empire changes trade, it's made our town rich, but like, obviously that doesn't necessarily equal public opinion likes them, but some places might be a
Okay.
bit more favorable, but not
So
many.
if we go to another town, it's statistically at least a bit likely that we'll run into people that want to get rid of the Empire's oppression. Does that seem reasonable?
I mean, we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
I think with magic coming back, we can be pretty damn convincing. If I do say so myself.
I do still think that the idea of selling things and having the materials shipped here legally may be a wise choice. And it wouldn't hurt to try to discover people there that may be of like mind.
At least to recruit them for their effort with rebuilding the ship and helping out the townsfolk in Autumn Hollow prepare for a bigger rebellion.
Yes, that.
We are just a spark.
As gung-ho as I am to kick some Empire ass, I think we should be wise.
And you and I both mean that quite literally.
Oh, yes. Yes.
We could probably pick up some things to sell in Hamlin.
Hamlin
Also
or
a good choice.
Williamstown.
Well, there is a large base of the accursed in Hamlin. We could take out some of them and grab some of their supplies and take that with us.
I'm not here to commit a genocide.
It's not a genocide.
Out of character, hey Viv, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
No, sorry. Yeah, it's not a genocide. The accursed, they're monsters. They're not people.
But they
It
are.
could be.
We could, with magic returning to the world, we could undo that curse, could we not?
I believe
They
so.
aren't permanently doomed to that fate anymore.
My dad said they used to. They used to be able to help. And I think that's an important thing to fight for. To try.
Well, do any of you feel like you have the potential to fix their curse?
It's something that I believe could be within my power as I grow stronger.
At this point, GM, have I experienced any of my own magic yet?
Have you tried any?
Probably not.
I'll say,
Because I don't know what I'm looking for.
I will say you do feel different now that you've done this great service for your deity, and even though they're not directly in front of you anymore, you still feel their presence, but not behind you or beside you, but within you in a sense.
I would like to attempt magic right here, right now.
Okay.
Let's go! Cow magic!
I would like to cast light on can I it just says that I have to touch an object within 20 foot or something that is within 20 feet. I would like to light myself up.
Jalen,
Can I do that?
as you stand and pose dramatically, a heavenly light shines from your very being.
Huh.
Priscilla,
I might
Jalen
be able
just
to.
got set on fire.
I am gonna pull my bedroll from my bag and start beating Jialan with it.
Priscilla.
Don't worry, I've got you. I've got you.
Hey,
Priscilla, it's okay.
No.
It's-
Jalen's just like laughing.
What?
Priscilla, the grapes have taken over her mind. She's mad. She's been consumed by madness, laughing as she burns.
Oh no. Oh no, next your eyes will turn. I'll save you from this curse. I'm gonna start beating her harder with the bedroll.
I'm gonna put up my arms to like a kid in a pillow fight, putting up my arms to like keep the pillow out of my face. Or the bedroll out of my face.
This is simply magic. It's a common spell. Similar to what I just did.
I'm not on fire. I'm fine. I don't know how to turn this off.
As soon as you say off, it turns off.
Oh. Yeah, so I might be able to help. I don't know, I just did that.
Gilgamesh turns to his Captain Hayden and is like, certainly some interesting people.
You know, they certainly are, but they definitely come through in a fight.
I've seen it.
Casually eating grass out of my pocket.
Can I find a small creature?
There's the there's your
Find a small creature.
there's your pseudo dragons.
No. I need a beast.
Okay.
This is Vinny all over again.
No, it won't be Vinny. I promise. I guess
Somebody has a dog.
Yeah. I'm looking for like a rabbit, a mouse, a squirrel, a bird.
We should get a pet dog. You see a robin sitting on the awning above the little cafe you're at.
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
The bird looks at you.
I'm going to say, hello, friend. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Do you have a name?
Hey, my name's Rob.
Rob. Nice to meet you, Rob.
Do that.
Hey, would you do me a favor? Could you fly on ahead to Frostgrave and let us know of the,
What's
of any...
Frostgrave?
Frostcliff, you know, not
Fogcliff. It's Fogcliff.
I'm sorry, there's a game called Frostgrave that is a board game. My brain is Fogcliff. That's what I meant. I'm not from here, obviously. So, and just sort of alert us as to the weather on ahead and perhaps any anything out of the ordinary.
What would I know was ordinary in a place I've never been?
I mean, you've been in places like it. You've been in this town. I'm not looking for like a detailed report. I'm just like we're heading that direction. If you could let us know if anything unusual, like if the town is on fire, if there's a festival going on, if it's gonna be snow and hail, you know, that kind of thing.
Okay. What's in it for Mito?
I pull out some leftover graham cracker crust from my cheesecakes and I feed it to him.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
And Rob happily eats the graham crackers.
All right, dog. I'ma head out.
See you
Peace.
later.
And Rob flies away.
Rob the Robin?
Yes.
Look, I ain't got space for creativity in these brains. I gotta be composing bird songs. You know? A little tweet, or, you know, a chirp in there. You know, I'll throw it in. I like to remix.
Well, thank you very much.
You know, yeah, get them fly honeys to my nest.
And we're done.
Now watch that become a commonly requested character, and there's gonna be like whole other spin-off series.
With Rob the Robin.
the SoundCloud rapper of Geb.
Rob the Robin, the Elvis impersonating songbird.
Thank you very much.
Alright, that's it. That's all for me today.
Okay, I will say Fawcliffe is quite a distance away, so this bird will probably take like a few days to get back to you.
Yeah, it'll get back to us when we're about a day or two out. Perfect.
Would you do it for a robin snack?
Oh yeah, man.
Alright, so we're all set to head to Fog Cliff and peddle some wares and look for some laborers. Which do we take? Do we go by the accursed town, or do we head to Frida's hometown?
I vote not the accursed town.
It might be a little...
Hence.
Yes, that's what I was...
I'm sorry, Priscilla.
Yeah, I do think we should, raise our hands. All those in favor of not going through Amlin, raise your hand.
Who is saying this?
Gilgamesh.
Gil, you're not coming.
Hayden, the captain made a big speech about... Never mind, I guess.
Let him come if he wants to come.
Wait, did the captain make a speech?
Yes.
Sorry, that's my bad. I, as the player, was under the impression that we didn't want to put Gil in danger. Never mind. Just retract that statement.
He's level 3 now. He is a big boy wizard.
I am gonna kind of, as everyone's voting, I'm gonna kind of look over my right hand shoulder and like, what do you think? And I'm gonna have my echo just appear right there, and be like, mm-mm. She shakes her head no. Just a flaming magma version of myself that I feel like only I can see, but in actuality, all y'all can see her.
Yes, all of y'all see this like flaming being of devilry right next to Priscilla.
And here I thought I was cool by catching myself on fire. It wasn't even real fire.
Is that what? Okay.
Yeah. Jelen raises her hand anyways, but she is looking at this, I guess apparition? I'm not sure if this counts as an apparition.
I guess.
It doesn't have a physical form, technically.
And then Gil says, all opposed? The echo does raise its hand along with you, Priscilla, and then thinks better of it and puts its hand down.
Hey, don't put your hand back up.
And just, it sticks its tongue out at you, like, you can't tell me what to do.
So unbearable.
Alright, so Frida, I guess that means for the first leg of the journey, you're leading the way.
Alright. We just got those maps. It'll be perfect. As Frida just, like, examines it and is like, yeah, right, okay, alright. Clearly unaware that she's out of her depth, because Dad probably did most of the planning anytime we would travel.
I'm just gonna, like, pat her shoulder and, like, give her guidance without being aware.
Okay, Frida, roll a survival check to plot a course on your map.
Alright.
To their home?
I got a negative.
Your home. Yes.
12, and then the guidance is D4?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a solid 13. Good omens.
Yeah, you remember that there's a little bridge across the Red Leaf River, and you remember exactly where it is. It's not like, yeah, you remember the course, you remember where the bridge is, and yeah, you've successfully, for the first time in your life, plotted.
There's a first time for everything.
If only your dad could see you now. He's right over there, though.
Oh, hi, Dad.
I seen
hey, Frida.
like other maps of the world of Gab before? Does the map that we have seem like accurate and detailed compared to what I've seen before?
Yes, it does seem accurate and good compared to the maps that were made previously by me.
Okay, so there is. Never mind. I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Okay. So, one other thing I will ask, before you guys plot your start to make plan on when you leave. A, who has the strange coin, and B, what are you doing with it?
Strange coin?
Didn't I have that?
I think Frida has it, yeah.
Yeah, Frida has it now. Okay. Frida, what are you doing with it? Do you want to take some time and study it, or does it not?
I suppose I have Identify. I've probably been using it as like a fidget, I would imagine, actually. Like kind of just shifting it between my fingers as I'm looking over the map. And I guess my attention is drawn to it for a moment, and I'm just gonna cast Identify.
Whatever this is, it's not exactly magic, but it's something similar to magic, and it's older than magic, maybe as old as the world itself. But
So
for
it's primordial?
the details, you will need either legend lore or to like try to look up in like books what this could possibly be. But you'll need legend lore to like fully know what this item is.
I suppose I could ask Dad about it.
Your dad is walking down the street again.
Hey, Dad!
Yes, I'm trying to stop your sibling from telling your parents that I did some
Oh. It's all right.
It's a sure thing. It's not gambling if it's a sure thing. Okay?
You're right. I won't tell anyone either. As I like kind of look at him like raising an eyebrow.
Yeah, he's trying to find your sibling who, if you recall last episode, heard that your dad was gambling and ran off to tell your other parents.
No. You're right. Okay. I know you're in a hurry. I have this thing. Did I show you this?
Oh.
I hold up the coin.
I'm going to roll an Arcana check for him.
All right.
He looks at that and says, "Oh, that's very cute, Frida. Like from the book."
What? From the?
Oh, hold on. Do I have it in my pack or did I? Let me go. Yeah. Remember the picture book that we used to read together?
I've got a lot of bigger books in my head now, but maybe.
Let's see. I guess I'll roll a pure luck check to see if he has the book in his inventory.
Sure.
Above a 10, yeah. He's like, well, okay, yes, I put it in this pocket because I didn't want it to get mixed in with the others, and it's more sentimental. Here you go. I need to go find your sibling before they tell your parents.
All right. Good luck.
He's running. He's running at this point because he's like, where are they? And they hand you a watercolor illustrated book called The Many Adventures of Lucanus the Great.
Oh. I kind of recall it a little bit, but I guess I was young then.
Yeah, you flip open to the first page and it describes how, Lucanus is waving goodbye to his friends as he goes on this grand adventure. And you see the, friends that are, sort of drawn in this watercolor. There's, they're all standing, with their backs and waving as Lucanus is, in the distance, turning around to wave back at them, but still clearly, walking away. And the figures you see are a this figure in gold armor with an emerald sword at their side. You see this other figure, a young girl in these like priestly robes with a lion beside her. And you see this other strange figure that like is way less detailed than the others. They're just like this dark outline that always gave you this like ominous vibe, because it's almost like the artist was like trying to draw a background person rather than like a more clearly more detailed other two. And the only bit of like color in this person, this like dark shade, is this weird striated red dot on the back of their neck, or what would be the back of this person's neck.
The red dot.
Hayden, that immediately clicks with something you were aware of.
Wait, I spaced out. What clicks?
One of the figures in this book is drawn as if they have a red dot on the back of their neck. And when you look at it, it is similar in placement and in color to that strange dot that you saw on the back of Jace's neck.
Hate that. Hate absolutely all of that.
And Frida, as you kind of flip through the book, you see Lucanus accidentally fall in this tall mountain pass into the elemental plane of air. You see him, develop this love with the princess, and he promises one day that he'll come back for her. And she gives him her family sword so he can protect himself. And you see the page where he makes it to the plane of Earth. And at the plane of Earth, there is a titan bigger than mountains, made of stone, who demands gold and jewels from the inhabitants of this world, of the Earth plane, as he gorges and eats on these gemstones. And the thing that he holds, that later in the story Lucanus steals from him, Lucanus in this story, he calls upon Wick to help him, and with Wick's help, he makes a poison, and then he freezes that poison into a bit of ice until it looks like a gemstone. And you see this later page when he presents it to this great Earth Titan, and he says, "I promise you that after you eat this gem, your hunger will be satisfied, and you will never eat another gem." To which the Titan responds, if this is true, then my kingdom is yours." It laughs as it eats the gem, and the poison puts it to sleep for all eternity. And with that promise fulfilled, Lucanus retrieves this coin. And when you look at the coin, it's vague in detail because it's watercolor. But now that you're looking at this other coin, this real coin that you have, you can imagine how, if you were to abstract the details of it, how they would look the same. They're about the same size at the very least.
That's interesting. And what was the detail again on the coin?
It has these like strange patterns on it. They seem to be meant more for decoration than anything else. It's like a how best to describe it? It's like this sort of almost stylized leaf pattern or like tree pattern. It's a little hard to tell.
Interesting. Can I make an insight check just in regards to perhaps the purpose of this coin?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Alright. 12 again.
you briefly get distracted. Like, you're trying to think of it, and you're kind of flipping through the other pages, trying to piece it together. You know he collects other things in the story.
Right.
But the other thing that keeps your attention keeps catching on is that there are several points in the story of Lucanus where Wick comes to his aid and helps him in various parts. And as you're thinking about it, this idea pops into your head that Lucanus was a cleric of Wick. And that's not in any kind of, book you have read before. You know that you have never, heard or seen that theory. And there's nothing within the religion of Lucanus that says to, also pray, give homage to or thanks to Wick in any way. That idea just, comes into your head. And on some level, it does make the story make a little more sense. If not for the, what you know now of, Wick stealing magic from the world. It seems so strange how in one story he is helping Lucanus discover magic, and then he takes it away, millennia later. It doesn't make sense.
It's almost like this coin is a testament to their teamwork together. I don't know what that means.
Jalen,
I suppose. Yeah.
Are you? You're kind of explaining this out loud, right?
Yeah. Yes. I kind of recite the story and then ponder for a little bit and then continue reciting.
To my understanding, Wick may not have been as, what's the word? Troublesome as people have believed him to be in the past. Words brain. Sorry. Well, come back to me later.
Wick was always a trickster. That's clear. I understand what you're saying, though, Gialin. I don't know if I can believe that Wick didn't betray. If anything, this is a sad testament to a friendship that ended in betrayal.
DM, is there any way that I can tell if this story is related to the idea of Satori and Wick's alliance?
You've never heard of it, and just kind of flipping through the rest of the book, it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Okay.
There doesn't appear to be, Satori in any other part of this book.
She just frowns and decides not to voice it at this point in time.
Okay. And with that, we are going to cut to Priscilla, who has decided to go visit a cobbler in preparation for your journey. So, Priscilla.
Yeah. So I kind of head inside, and I'm kind of fiddling with one of the casts that I've made over my years, and I'm gonna walk inside. Excuse me, anyone in right now?
Okay. Let's see. Let me go down to my hold on. Where? There we go. Hello. My name's Danny Rosette. How can I help you today?
Oh, yeah, it's a bit of an odd request, and I kind of sit the cast that I took of a set of goblin tracks on the counter, and then I take off my boots and set those on the counter. I was wondering if you could maybe make some cuts to some rough leather and nail them into the bottom of my shoes. I'm hoping to leave these tracks when I'm walking to help out the town.
Okay, it seems like an odd request, but I suppose I could. Do you, when do you need this by?
How long should it take you?
If you wanted to, like, stay in your boot, I'd say, I could put down the project I'm working on now and express rush it to, like, the end of the day, 5 o'clock. It's noon now.
Yeah, that should work. Sorry to spring this on you.
No, my partner Rachel and I, we understand what you folks are trying to do for the town, and honestly, I don't want our little girl growing up in a place ruled by the Empire. The Empire's no place to raise a kid, and if we don't stand our ground, then there'll be no place left to raise a kid. You know?
Well, I do. I lost my parents at a young age. If we had someone besides the Empire, they might still be here. I do get it. Rest assured that we're gonna make sure that Autumn Hollow comes out of this strong and whole, and a good place to live and raise a family.
I would appreciate it. You will have to pay extra for a rushed order.
No problem at all. How much do I owe?
I'd say for the rushed order, 4 gold.
Okay. Yeah, I can pay that. And
I mean, I'll...
because is everything okay?
I mean, to be honest, I was overcharging you, closer to 3 gold. It's...
Hey, no, it's fine.
It's just that my daughter, she wants to... She's saving up to buy a puppy, and, I gotta be prepared to help out with whatever the dog ends up chewing up. She raised a lot of money at the festival. She had her own game set up. We're both really
That's
proud
awesome.
of her, she really dedicated to something she wants.
That's awesome. Maybe this would help. As she kind of pulls out a hand axe from her waist and sets it down. I used to, when I was younger, to make ends meet. I would offer to go around and chop up people's firewood for them. A time-consuming task, but people used to send me a little copper or a little silver every once in a while for helping out. This might be a good start for her.
I'll talk to her about it. That seems like a good idea. Anyway, I'll have these done by the end of the day.
Sounds good. And I'm Priscilla, by the way.
Danny Rosette.
I'll see you at 5.
Certainly.
And she kind of just nods and backs out and starts heading back to meet up with everyone else.
Okay.
Shoeless, by the way.
With no shoes. As you're going, your echo appears and just pokes at your feet.
Hey, how long has it been since we got back from the dungeon? Is this like the next day, or has it been a few days?
It's been a few hours.
Oh, hours. Never mind.
You're so annoying. Let's go. We gotta meet up with everyone else.
She also pokes at your legs like, are you gonna also wear these shorts?
What's wrong with my shorts?
They got burned, remember? They point at like how burned they are and how they're like, almost booty shorts, and she's like,
Hey, it's an aesthetic. I'm not the one walking around completely composed of lava.
They strike a seductive pose like, aren't I hot though?
Yes, you're hot. We get it. Haha, it's a pun. Now, can we go catch up with everybody else?
She makes a face like, you're just jealous I'm hotter.
All right. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I think at this point you like grab her tail and pull her behind you.
Yeah, I just kind of like drag her along.
She winks at just a random townsfolk, and that random townsfolk like blushes and turns away. So we cut back to the rest of y'all. What? Hayden, Jolin, Rosalind, Frida. What the rest of y'all. What preparations, if any, do you try to make before you head out?
I'm gonna buy some coffee. Do they sell them beans wholesale?
I do sell the beans, Frida. It is 5 gold for a little canister like this. We also have this slightly larger canister for 10 gold.
I slapped down 10.
Oh, okay. It's not too much coffee because, like, obviously he has to import it from, like, the other side of the world, so it's a little difficult to get it.
Fair.
Yeah. like you said, like most, coffee is mostly enjoyed in that area of the world and isn't really an empire thing, and that's what he's trying to do, is make it catch on in the empire. Or at least this part of the world.
No, I get what you mean.
I would like to do one thing. Since we decided to head towards Frida's hometown on our way to Fallcliff, I want to head to the post office and leave some gold with them. Tell them that if they receive any letters from my family or my masters, to send it along to Fallcliff.
The rookery will do just that.
How much do I need? Do I need to leave them any money to get that mail forwarded?
Let's say you're asking for... Hold on, let's go to the notes, because I did place the prices of this.
Yeah.
5 gold.
Alright,
and that will get it shipped to your exact location wherever you are.
Okay. I'll leave 10 so that I can do 2 letters in case I get letters from both of them at different times.
They do condensed shipping. They're not savages.
Okay, fine. I'll leave 5 gold with them.
I'm joking.
Forwarded.
Wonderful.
Alright,
so,
that works.
Lana, is there anything that you would like to do in preparation?
I'm just gonna go find Jason and talk to him about melting down the adamantine sword into a great axe head.
Jason looks at that project and he's like, yeah, I could probably do it in about by the end of the day. That doesn't seem too difficult if we just want the axe head. If you have the rest of the axe that we could use, then I should.
Yeah, I'll just swap it out with the axe with my current axe.
Lana, you do turn and realize that like Gilgamesh came with you and is like glaring daggers at Jason, and Jason in turn is like glaring daggers back. You know that these two hate each other.
Interesting. Also interesting that Gilgamesh followed me.
I just wanted to make sure that, in case you needed help dealing with this ruffian. And Jason... Jason responds, I think she can handle herself and doesn't need a twig to help her. Oh. Huh. A twig, am I? And the two are like glaring daggers at each other harder.
I'm just going to look between the two children, which, because that's what they are to me. and say, well, if you can get it by the end of the day, then great. If not, don't worry about it. I have a functional axe. It would just be nice to have a little bit of a extra oomph behind it.
No, I can definitely get it done because unlike, some people here, I can make something that is up to standards. And Gil rolls his eyes. Anyone else would have been completely fooled by that rock. You're just pedantic. And Jason's like,
all right.
Oh, right? I'm right? I'm too right? Is that the problem? That I'm too right about things?
Good day.
Gil,
to the both of you.
The two argue some more, and then Gil comes out. Lana, I did want to ask, since we are, do you want to, never mind. Never mind. He just walks away.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a 19.
He rolled a 7. He was going to try to ask you out, but then thought it might be awkward and then chose not to.
Lana will just sort of say, okay, well, if you come to your mind, let me know, I guess, and walk away.
Okay, from there we will cut to Jalen. Is there anything you would like to do in preparation for leaving?
Yes, I would like to purchase more dwarven chocolate, if I may.
Okay, you go to, you go to Cord's Sweet Jaw Chocolatiers. Yeah, and you see Cord Sweet Jaw, the deep brown beard that's neatly trimmed. He's stocky and round, and has all sorts of dwarven chocolate on display. Yes, dwarven chocolate. It will be 1 silver piece per chocolate.
I would like to purchase 10 of them.
10 of them? Wow, big spender. Here you go, and he hands you 10 bricks of chocolate.
Yes. She looks very pleased. She does that thing that cows do when they're satisfied, the sound, as she stuffs them in her bag and pulls out the 10 silver and just hands
wonderful.
It to him and is like, your chocolate has literally saved us. And then just pats the coins on the counter. And when he looks, there's an extra 2 silver coins because she tipped him.
Wonderful. I'll just put that away. And he goes back to making more dwarven chocolate. Yes, Rosalind?
Can I roll an insight check just on the town? How are people reacting to our pseudo dragons? To Eyebrows and May?
The little kids are the ones that stop and stare at them, and sometimes they chase them because they're weird new thing and run after it.
Right.
The adults, they remember stories about that and they stop to look seeing an interesting animal, but it's not the town is panicking over them or anything.
Okay, but it's just a new kid and a daycare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hayden, is there anything that you would like to? Oh, wait, sorry. Jalen?
I was gonna say I would also like to attune to the stone that I think we put into my helmet last time.
Yes.
Or that I would need to possibly put into my helmet, in which case then I would...
Okay. You inscribe the you use the opal to transfer the enchantment onto a helmet that you now wear. Hayden, is there anything you would like to do in preparation for leaving?
Oh god, it's so fucking extra. I wanna go back to what's left of my ship, and I wanna rummage around for a few items, and then I want to take said items to Jason and see about re-enchanting them.
So, Jason takes a look at the items that you have presented, and compares with the he compares with the tome that he has, and he's like, well, fixing the javelin will cost about 50 gold. This ring of mind shielding about 200, and the ring of truth telling also 200. That would it's much easier to re-enchant them than it is to like make the item from scratch.
Okay, not a problem. So that's how much gold in total then, Jason?
In total, that would be 450 for like everything.
Oh shit. You know what? Let's go ahead and just.
Need the money?
I would need lots of money to repair all three of these.
One you do realize one of the swords is worth like 500 gold pieces, so.
But I do not have any of the swords.
Right. Jalen?
I do. I would be willing to donate my sword for this cause. But I'm not with Hayden, so I don't know.
Okay. So, you know, I can get started on them, and you know, I'll do what I can, and then I will. Just leave them with me, and I'll put them on my to-do list when I get the materials.
Okay. If you could, the javelin is honestly the top priority right now.
Okay.
If you think you could possibly get that done anytime soon.
Yeah. 50 gold. That'll take me a day, like a whole day, but I could do it.
Okay, got it. And I'm gonna hand over the gold to Jason.
Pleasure doing business with you. And you know, and this is kind of basic. And this is the base price that the actual materials cost. Just so you know, I'm not charging you for my services. You folk are good folk, and I'm really glad that Priscilla and Jalen is hanging out with all of you. At Gilgamesh, though, he could shove it, and he goes to work.
I'm gonna stand there and stare at him, contemplating a few different retorts. I'm not fond of people disrespecting Gilgamesh. However, I did just entrust some of my things to him, so I'm just gonna bite my tongue and go.
I just told him his rock needed work, and he's the one who made it a big deal.
I'm sorry, his what needs work?
A rock! How he hides your ship in the illusion of a rock? I saw right through that. It was totally the wrong kind of rock. The striations were wrong. Everything about it was wrong. It was totally out of place. The only thing that was right was the color.
I'll let him know.
I mean, I told him, and he's the one who...
else. Maybe it was in your delivery. I get the feeling that Gil can be pretty sensitive. I think Gil can be a little sensitive when it comes to other people talking about his rock.
I'm just saying, wouldn't have fooled any dwarf.
Well, I'll be sure to talk to him about it.
And he continues to work.
Cool. Now I gotta go find Gil.
Okay. We can say that you all meet up again.
Gil.
Hello, Captain.
I need a word. Do you mind?
Yeah. Sure, Captain.
Fantastic. I'm just gonna pull Gilgamesh off to the side somewhere to talk to him.
Yeah? What is it?
So, I just spoke with Jason not that long ago, and
You did.
yeah, he said something about your rock being wrong.
Can he not understand artistic vision? He is dumb as a post.
That may be, but have you considered maybe humoring him and, give your illusion another go? See if it turns out any different.
For you, Captain, I will do this.
I believe in you, Gil. I'm sure it's going to turn out great. Even if it looks just the same, it'll still be great, because it's already great to begin with. But I hate to see the two of you fight about it so much.
I don't know what that guy's problem is. He's so uptight about everything.
Maybe the two of you can hang out and get to know each other and help each other relax some more.
I don't see that happening because I'm going with you guys, but maybe when we get back.
Yeah, maybe when we get back.
I'll consider that, Captain.
Right, it'll be great. So, do you want to do that before we go, or do you want to wait till the last?
Yeah, I'll go take care of it now. He believed to go redo his Brock illusion, and the rest of you have gathered back in your meeting place.
Oh no.
Gosh. So the rest of you are gathered.
All right, I got coffee. Is there anything else we might need?
I'm waiting on some replacement shoe. Well, some fixing on my shoes.
I have all the ingredients for at least a week's worth of meals.
Oh,
are you
I'm
including me
Oh,
in
yeah,
your week's
food's
worth?
important.
Yes, absolutely.
Then you have more than a week's worth. I will eat grass.
Did I?
I mean, I planned vegetarian meals for you.
I'm trying to save you some materials. It's okay.
But I like cooking for people.
Jalen, allow yourself the luxury of eating this delicious food. I know it's going to be delicious. Trust me. You'll love it.
She sighs because she was trying to be helpful, but now she just feels like an asshole.
It's not like that.
In
She's
other
just
news...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was going to completely change the subject, so you please go.
I didn't have anything substantial to add to this.
Okay, well then I'll just say I'm gonna need at least an entire day before we head out, because I've got Jason working on something for me, and he said that's how long it's gonna take. And I feel like it will be very beneficial on our next adventure out.
Yeah, and I have something I need to pick up at 5.
All right. Jesus Christ.
Well, if we have to stay one day longer, that's not too, not the end of the world, I suppose.
Right.
This will actually give me a chance to practice my new skill so I don't have to try it out for the first time when I actually, maybe in a combat situation or someplace where I don't want it to screw up if I haven't practiced it.
That's a great idea. Do you want to spar with me, Rosalind?
Sure, let's do it.
Solana and I
Friendly-
can head out over there
fight.
too, because we were talking about sparring.
Solana?
Yeah.
Is that what you named the magma girl?
You can... Her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can all see them.
Oh.
Solana
I
starts
thought-
tapping on your head like a bongo.
Solana...
Like, right now, they're being really obnoxious.
They're always really obnoxious. Good sparring partner, though. Not the only one that can keep pace with me.
I mean, I could probably keep pace with you if you'd ask.
I was just about to say, I don't think you've sparred with me yet.
Solana starts making bedroom eyes at Lana.
God dang it! Why is everyone flirting with Lana? I get it, I'm a pretty fox woman.
But yeah. The other question is, has what's his name? The guy that came with us.
Ryder?
Yeah, Ryder. I'm sorry, I totally forgot his name. Where has Ryder been?
Oh yeah.
Didn't you say he went home?
He went. Yeah. Hayden saw when he went back to his ship that Ryder was picking through more of his house just to see what's left, and then try to. He's currently talking with someone about like kind of estimates as to what it would cost to rebuild his house. It seems like that's going to be what he's working on for a bit.
Okay, so he's probably gonna. Do we want to leave behind some gold?
You guys did give him one of the swords that's worth 500 gold, so he should be set there.
Okay, and he'll be able to sell that and get 500.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we should be good now. He should be decent.
Yeah.
He just needs time and hands to do it. So he's probably not going to want to come with us to Fog Cliff and back.
That seems fair.
I say.
But do we want to try and like maybe spar like a little bit outside of town so that no one gets worried that people are just fighting each other?
I mean, isn't there a fighting pitch that we competed on?
I was gonna say, it could show them our strength, even though they already saw it, but, you know, it might be nice.
And then we should have drinks.
Two little kids from across the street overhear this part of the conversation, and they're both just like, fight.
Okay.
Well, now we have to perform. We can't leave them wondering.
No, let's
yearning for the entertainment of their youth.
I'll get to test out my new fun stuff.
All right. I can give it an old swing.
Lana, Gialan, if you'd like, you can try to take Solana and I at the same time. 2v2.
Yes.
I mean...
And then what about
sure.
me?
Well,
Priscilla. 5 gold to the winner.
I'm fine with that.
Nice.
This is not going to go in Priscilla's favor.
No.
So who all's sparring right now?
So far it's Priscilla, Rosalind, and Gialin. Does Lana want to join in or no? And on whose side?
I thought it was Gialin and I against Priscilla and Priscilla's Echo.
Yes.
And then I would be a 5th.
Yeah, I think Rosalind should be on Priscilla's side because Priscilla's Echo has 1 HP.
Okay.
Oh, that's not really fair. That's 3
Yes,
versus
that's
2.
fine. That works.
So,
I think Solana is gonna be okay.
So I heard mention of 5 gold going to the winner, and I'm gonna turn to Frida and say, I've got 10 gold on the Minotaur.
All right. You're on.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay, everyone who's Lana, Rosalind, Priscilla, and Lana, Rosalind, Priscilla, and Gialin, roll initiative and post it in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
I got an 18.
I got a 17.
No holding back, right?
No holding back.
But non-lethal blows.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're not trying to kill each other.
100%
Y'all just like
it needs to be said out loud.
Jalen just like reaches into her robes and like pulls out these two like gold bits that are like cone shaped with like a ball on the top, and you just hear as she screws them onto the top tips of her horns.
So
the safety on these horns is on.
Rosalind and Priscilla's Echo versus Lana and Gialin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lana, you were up first.
Feel free to get a little violent.
I would like to, as a bonus action, cast Divine Favor on myself.
Okay.
And then I would like to go up to Priscilla, and I would like to attack the Priscilla.
Okay, roll to hit.
I will do that. That's a bad roll. No, that's gonna miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Lana comes in swinging with a glowing divine axe, and Priscilla, you manage to catch it with your glaive, and Solana also interposes her glaive to help you. Like, oh, this is a tough foe.
Can she use her reaction for the opportunity attack through Manifest Echo?
Manifest Echo is when you take an attack.
So when a creature that you can see within 5 feet of your echo moves at least 5 feet away from it, you can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack against that creature as if
Lana
you were in the
hasn't
echo
moved
space.
away from the echo.
Oh, okay.
So no.
Okay.
All right. So.
Okay.
Rosalind, it's now your turn.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my my quarterstaff, hold it with both my hands, and I'm gonna step up to Gialin, and I'll be like, here goes nothing, and roll to try and hit her first in the knees, and try and bring her down so I can then hit her in the face.
Okay, roll to hit.
So, okay, action, quarterstaff. Here we go. That's a 16 to hit.
I think that hits. It does hit.
Okay. So I whack you in the knee and deal 6 bludgeoning damage, and then bonus action melee attack, and hold on, I need to pull up a thing. Sorry. And then I would also, and when I do, I'm partially attuned to fire because of the spells that I chose. So, you see her hands start to glow and get hot as I'm gonna try and use add do fire damage instead of bludgeoning damage with my punch. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
So go ahead and roll to hit.
Yeah, and that's an unarmed attack. That's another 16 to hit.
That also hits.
And so I do it just like it's a monk weapon, right? But it's fire damage instead.
Yeah. So yeah, you are for the first time using your fire powers to hit someone. What does it look like?
So I first whacked her in the knee, and then you see her she lets go and with her left hand, and as she rears back to swing, you see the area right around her hands and her skin get hot and burst into flame as she just punches Gialin right in the gut, dealing 6 fire damage. And as I channel the fire, is there anybody? Never mind. That's wrong thing.
Okay.
And I shake off my hand and I look, and no blistering or anything. It's like, wow, that's so cool. Well, actually hot, but. And that's the end of my turn. Oh, and then I'm gonna stay right up there with Jialin.
Okay.
Is there anything that's not being worn or carried that's around?
I mean, I would say Jialin is, yeah. The special property is for things that you hit with it. So, like, unless Jialin was, like, soaked in oil or something, they wouldn't catch fire.
Yeah, nothing else catches on fire. That's good. I'm just making sure there's nothing stray that catches on fire.
You see a little tiny ember fall to the ground and destroy a single ant, and that ant's brother rushes to it and mourns for its death.
Okay. No. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, Jialin, it is now your turn.
As I have taken damage, Jialin, beef mode engage. So as a bonus action, I will rage.
Okay.
And then I would like to, as my action, channel Divinity, Radiance of the Dawn. So everybody within 30 feet of me that is a hostile creature, that doesn't have total cover has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so who are your enemies right now?
Right now it's Priscilla's Echo, and Rosalind.
So yeah, all of you make con saves.
Does a 14 beat the DC?
Yes. So you would take 1d10 plus 2 radiant damage. Let me roll the thing.
Do I still get damaged even if I succeed on the con save?
Yes, you take half damage. So you take 8 damage. Radiant.
Radiant? Okay. Yeah. I'm resistant.
Yeah,
so I take 4.
Yes. Jialin, as you slam into the ground and issue forth this radiant energy, you see that Rosalind seems oddly resistant to it. And you get the sense that they're not actually a human completely. Priscilla's Echo bites the dust.
Actually, can I use Interception to reduce that damage?
Yes?
On your own Echo?
Of course, that's my twin sister. I'm not letting her get hurt.
As opposed to the bonus action.
That is 10. That is a 10, so I reduce it by 10.
Okay. How much damage was it?
8 total.
So yeah, you.
No, she failed the DC, so she took 2d10 plus 2, so she got she took 9.
Okay, the 10 would still reduce it, but Priscilla, you take 9 damage, or you take.
I failed. I have succeeded the saving throw because I got a 21, but my Solana failed with a 4. So.
Oh, that was Solana's roll. Okay, so let me roll for you. So you should be taking 7 damage then.
Okay.
Okay. And Doc, just as a note, typically we roll the damage once and then just apply that to everyone and cut in half.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I missed. Because one person failed the Constitution saving throw and everybody else succeeded.
Yeah, so you roll the whole damage and you just have the result. You don't have the number of dice.
Oh, I'm a whole dumbass. Okay, thank you.
Huh. Well, I mean, you succeeded your save, so you're only half of one.
Thanks.
But
Would be nice.
I think that was Taylor's attempt at being nice.
Oh, they're my friend. We can be slightly mean to each other.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and You know what?
Okay, fair
Actually, Rosalind, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, June. I'm sorry, dog. No, you're my friend.
You're fine.
I care
You're
about
totally
you.
good.
All right.
And now it's Priscilla's turn.
Yes, and now it is Priscilla's turn.
So after kind of imposing my glaive and letting the radiant energy just kind of wash across that and kind of cracks up my arm, I am going to use part of my movement to have Solana surround to go to the opposite side of Lana so that we are flanking Lana.
Mm-hmm. I'll allow that.
Yeah, I've done this before. This is payback for Sir Boyardee.
And then I am going to make a attack with my glaive.
Go ahead. Roll to hit.
That is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
So from me, that is 10 slashing.
Okay.
Okay, and then I am going to use. Let me see what to check here. I am going to use my polearm mastery to make a attack with the back end of the.
As a bonus action.
Yeah, as a bonus action.
That's only a D4.
Mm-hmm. Gotta start a roll to hit. That's a 14.
That'll miss.
Okay. Then I am going to unleash incarnation. To make the attack the same set of I guess no, she doesn't get.
No, she doesn't
action,
get the
so
bonus.
It's just the one attack.
Yeah.
So the regular attack, that's a miss.
You can use unleash incarnation on.
Shit, I wasn't even rolling with advantage from flanking. Whoops. Let me roll real quick. So 16.
Still misses.
And then for the other one, that would have been natural 20 from Solana for 25.
Ooh. I rolled percentile.
Okay. That's a 92.
Well, it was nice.
boy.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Oh no.
GG.
So Solana's a little upset after refusing her. Just smash you with the blunt side of the glaive right across the back.
Yeah, that's ouch.
So on the die, that's going to be 9 slashing.
So 3 times 3 is 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh no.
I mean, it took the crit to do it, but that'll do it.
So that's that attack, bonus action, and that. Okay. And then that was 15 feet of movement to move the two of us. So we're both gonna move 15 feet closer towards Gialin now.
Okay.
I mean, I said it before the session that Echo Knights are busted, but because you actually can unleash Incarnation on your polearm strike. It's every time you make an attack, you can unleash Incarnation.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was attack action that you.
Nope, it's every time it's on.
Every time you would attack. Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm gonna be able to do 11 later on when I can use it on my extra attacks and my action surge.
Wow, we're really gonna have to.
You can only do it a number of times equal to your Constitution modifier.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have 2 attacks and a bonus action attack, you can attack with action surge a total of 5 times in a turn.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So we are just having the time of our lives right now. Not even gonna stop to check and see if Lana's okay. We're both gonna move right over to Jalen.
Lana, it is now your turn. Roll.
Well, I think it was a non-lethal blow, so I'm just unconscious and stabilized.
Yeah, it was non-lethal. It was the blunt end of the glaive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Rosalind, it is now your turn.
I just got the crap beat out of me.
Do you want to try? If you roll and get a nat 20, I'll let you get up with 1 HP.
Okay, I'll do that. Why not? Let's try my luck here. Nah, it's only a 16.
Okay. So, Rosalind, your turn. You are muted. Rosalind?
I forgot that I was muted. I'm sorry. I have a question. Now that we have... Do we want to continue at 3 versus 1, or do we want to, somebody to switch so now it's 2 on 2?
I mean, realistically speaking, the Echo isn't a full extra person.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I'll continue with I'm standing right in front of Gialin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna maneuver myself in such a way that did Priscilla move right next to Gialin?
Yeah.
So I can't do that option. Okay. I would like to features and traits. I would like to bonus action I would like to spend a key point so I can take the disengage as a bonus action for Step of the Wind. So I can step away.
Okay.
From Gialin. So I can do and then I'm gonna put my hands together and channel some elemental energy together so I can cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay, roll to hit.
Okay. And that may not hit. That's a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. Well, you see this multicolored elemental energy built up in Rosalind's hands, and she shoots it at you, but it whizzes like right past your head as it totally misses. But I moved 40 feet away if I'm able to.
Okay.
Am I able to get that far away from Gialin?
Yeah.
Okay. I get 40 feet away from Gialin because of my increased movement speed.
Backing up, it's at this point that you notice that like a large crowd has it came up to like witness this whole fight.
Yeah, and that was my.
That was your turn. Action, bonus action,
That's my turn.
move.
Bonus action, and movement, and I'm out of key points now. That's okay though. I only have 3 right now.
Gialin, is now your turn. You got Priscilla to the left of you, Solana to the right. Here you are, stuck in the middle.
Okay. So they're not in a line with each other, are they? No.
No. They're on either side of you.
Which
Which one's the clown and which one's the Joker?
Sweet. So, the closest one to me is Priscilla, right?
Yeah. I would say they're both equally close to
on
you.
one side and the Echo's on the other side of you.
I am going to swing the blunt side of my axe at Priscilla.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll to hit.
That did not hit, probably, because I guarantee your AC is higher than 9.
Yeah, no, that doesn't hit.
But I would still like to take Goring Rush as my bonus action, aimed still at Priscilla.
Sure.
16? Wait, sorry, that should be an 18.
That will hit, yeah.
And again, this is blunt.
Mm-hmm.
So
you put the
that
safety
is
on
5.
your horn.
I did. 5.
So 5
damage?
Yeah.
5
Okay.
damages. And this also means that we move 20 feet, right?
Yeah, both of you move 20 feet, and the Echo does get an attack of opportunity on you if Priscilla wants to
Okay.
spend their reaction for that.
Yeah, I'll spend my reaction for that.
Okay, roll to hit with your Echo.
All right. That's a nat 20 for a 25.
Oh, dang!
Jesus.
You're...
Solana's the combatant. I suck.
Solana's just angry. We were like, yeah, we could actually spar you pretty well, and Solana's like, you think you trying to replace me? Just imagine if you had Solana attacking yourself, though. This would have been such a funnier.
That is a 3. That is
This
a
is
3, so it's just
melee,
max damage.
right?
Yeah.
So I only take 2 points of that, don't I?
So 13. The 3 was the percentage.
7. I only take 7 points of that.
Yeah,
though,
you only
right?
take 6 damage because you're raging. Oh, yeah, you're
6.
raging. So raging applies to like bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So, yeah. Which is what your glaive does, is slashing. So, yeah.
Can I guess, I don't know. Can I use, I know that I'm raging, and I don't know if this counts as magic, but can I use Warding Flare as my reaction? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. So, a bright light interposes itself between Solana and Gialin, briefly blinds them, and they don't have advantage on their attack roll. Priscilla, do you remember what the first roll was?
So, for one, Solana can't be blinded because she's immune to all conditions.
Oh, that is correct.
So, do I have to
hold on,
say
what's
that
the-
I still
what's the-
used it?
What's the wording of flare? Hold on. Does it specify that it doesn't work on someone that can't be? Let me just double check.
When you are attacked by a creature that can be blinded within 30 feet.
Then yeah, it wouldn't apply to would not apply to Solana, or immune to all conditions.
Okay. And I assume then that I have to have used that then.
Yes.
If I've already claimed it, yeah.
But yeah, that does help you learn something very crucial, is not to use it on things that can't be blinded.
Or finding out that this Solana is not capable of being blinded. Nice.
Hey guys, marshals aren't good. Marshals are bad in 5e.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Stupid freaking opinions. People like, marshals aren't good. Don't know how to play.
Is that up to me now?
Yeah. We are to you.
I'm gonna.
That's all I can do.
Gialin, I hope you don't mind if I use a little bit of magic.
You just get like angry grunting because she's in rage.
Cool. I'm going to do my first attack with my glaive. That's just me, Priscilla. Oh my fuck. Are you watching this on D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus. Rest in
Someone
pieces.
Someone fighting? Oh man. If you rolled this in the dungeon.
Holy shit.
That's a no! What the hell, Annabeth? Save it for the enemy!
It's a 96 on the percentile.
Oh, that's triple damage.
Okay. That's gonna be. It's a low on the die. That's gonna be 4, so tripled to 12.
Cut in half because they're resistant. 6.
So there's that, and I'm immediately gonna follow that up with my.
What about the status conditions?
Oh, the status conditions.
I mean, I wasn't really trying to implement those. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, I think we're not trying to do that right now because this is a friendly thing.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
If they were fighting for real, then there'd be conditions applied.
Okay. So then I'm going to make the. Hold on, let me double check here. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm going to make the bonus action polearm master attack, which is a 9. So I presume that doesn't hit. Then I am going to use my Unleash Incarnation with Solana to have her attack. That is a 24 to hit.
Jesus. Yep.
Solana's just really good at stabbing people in the back.
That's 5 slashing. Solana doesn't get the polearm master attack, right? We talked about that?
No, no.
Is it
Okay.
2 or 3? Do you round up or down?
You always round down, unless something says otherwise. So round down to 2.
Then I'm going to action surge,
Okay.
and then I am going to cast Burning Hands.
Okay, Jalen, make a dexterity saving throw as Priscilla summons fire and throws it at you.
13.
That is a success. So you take half as much on a fail save. So it is on a successful save, so 11 fire. So halved to what? 5?
Yeah, I'm down. That's it.
Oh. And
That was
with
exactly
that-
the amount of points I needed to go down.
I'm gonna take a look at Lana now. I mean, at Rosalind. So, you want to keep going?
I can keep going if you want to.
And I'm gonna shift footing now.
Okay.
Alana fans themselves.
I'll roll another death save, I suppose.
Yes, go ahead and roll. If you get a nat 20, you get up.
Nope.
Oh, sad. So.
And now it's my turn?
Yes, Rosalind, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna run, pull my quarterstaff back off my back because I probably put it away. I set it to the side so I could do my chromatic orb thing. That did not work, but I'll pull it back out with both hands and do. I'm just gonna do a class. I'm gonna try and jab him in the stomach and then punch him in the nose. So we'll see how that goes. So first, the jab with the quarterstaff. That's a 25 to hit.
I assume that hits.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And
And I presume that my echo can't take the reactions, right? We talked about that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, it can't for you, but it could for other people, I will say.
Okay.
You can I will say you can use your reaction for intercept on yourself. I think does intercept specify it has to be other creatures or just
So yeah, it's interceptions when a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you.
Okay. So
I was wondering if Solana could intercept a target that was coming in from me.
Technically, no. They don't have your action economy.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They don't have an action and a reaction. You have your action, reaction, and bonus action, and can use them as if you were standing there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like a simulacrum.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just wanted
so
clarification.
no interposing. So that's 10 bludgeoning damage from my quarterstaff, and then I'll rear back for a punch to the face. That's probably not gonna hit. That's a 9 to hit.
Yeah, that won't hit.
Okay. And then I'll square up and say, "Give me your best shot."
Well, hold on to your tea.
We'll see if you can hit me, baby.
So I think the two of us are gonna kind of do that same thing of surrounding Rosalind.
Okay.
So first up, my first attack with the glaive from me. That'll be a 17 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. My bonus
Are you
action.
rolling with advantage because you're flanking?
No, I have not been. Whoops.
Yeah, roll again.
So the other one puts me at 21 to hit.
A 21 will hit.
Okay. So the first thing for glaive, that is 7 slashing.
Okay.
And then the advantage from the bonus action polearm master, 24 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
All right. That's going to be an additional 7 bludgeoning with the back of the polearm.
Okay, I'm still up.
All right, and then I will use my final Unleash Incarnation.
Okay.
To make my attack here. Oh, that's not with advantage. Ignore that roll. That would have hit, but ignore that roll. 18 to hit.
That just hits.
All right,
We'll see.
And that is an additional 6 slashing.
That's exactly what you needed. I'm down now.
Ooh.
So I kind of just shove my glaive into the ground, look to Solana, and high-five her. And they thought they could take the both of us.
Yeah, Solana
Now
definitely
you have to
was
fight
the-
each other.
Ah, shit. I feel like Solana just punches me in the face and I get knocked out.
Yeah, for sure that happens.
That was a wild chain of events. Because
And then Solana disappears because their existence is dependent on you, and then they realize this for the first time as they flip out of existence.
I could have. Man, I rolled a 2 on the first hit and didn't get my smite to go off, and then I got crit and killed.
Oh man.
And it required triple damage. Double damage wouldn't have killed me.
Man, that was insane.
That was nutty. I've abused the build before, so I know how dangerous it can be.
And then you don't.
Crits are another.
Sorry, go ahead.
But then the crits are a whole nother thing. 3 crits back to back to back.
Oh yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah. Solana apparently was very feral and wanted to fight.
Apparently.
Solana was mad at us even suggesting that we could take you in a fight.
So, how much HP do you have left?
I'm at 9.
Everyone gets up at 1. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw heals to everybody.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna sleep. It's not a big deal.
We're gonna take a long rest.
We're all long rest. So you're all like, yeah, good fight. Let's come back here tomorrow morning.
What does the crowd do after seeing all this?
Crowd absolutely loses its mind cheering. Like, oh man, those tieflings are awesome. They're so hot. I want to marry them. There's just this random old lady. Marry me.
I love you, random citizen.
I still can't believe you dealt 20 damage to me in 1 round.
Fighters are very good. It's a real in Polar Master's a really, really good build.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead.
As I say, the people who complain about how spellcasters are way too powerful in D&D and marshals aren't good don't know how to play marshals.
So I feel like I get up and I look around like where'd Solana go? Did she go to get drinks or something?
As soon as you say Solana's name, you summon her again.
Okay, so we can all go ahead and hit the long rest button.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a sleep, and we'll leave tomorrow.
Yes.
And we can start fresh next session because.
Oh shit!
Yes.
Solana, we gotta go get our shoes.
They nod.
Yeah.
And as you all go your separate ways to rest and prepare for the journey coming ahead, that is where we will end this episode of Myth, Magic, Might. Good night to you all.